I'm back. Feel like I ought to be wearing my dunce cap right now. And I hope that I'm up and live and you guys can see me. Anybody out there? Anybody out there at all? Yep. So, Mortimer. Actually, you know what? No, I bought shares. I did buy shares. I stepped in and I bought it when the price hit $20.60, and it was down at the time 1.66%. I mean 6.66%. I see now it's down 6.61%. And yeah, so I want to know, Anthony, if you can hear me, why in the fuck would you need any money right now when you got Fortress that gave you $2 billion, you got Blue Owl that gave you $5 billion, and you got Fortress that give you another $2 billion? What the Anthony? We finally get a fucking ballsy fucking, excuse my language, we get a ballsy earnings, and we get a nice spur, and we get massive volume, and this motherfucker. Oh, I'm so mad right now. I can just take this shirt and rip it off of me. Man. Why don't you just shaft me and all of my viewers? Just shaft us with a friggin' offering. You don't know the notification. You guys should have the notification. Hello from Dublin, Ireland. Hello, and welcome to the channel and the show. You're welcome to being shafted by SoFi this evening. For no conceivable reason can I understand why they need money right now. They got $2 billion from Fortress, $5 billion from Blue Owl, $2 billion from Fortress again, and then they go out and get a fundraising sell share offering. It's beyond my understanding, folks, and it makes me want to tell you and Anthony and all of you to go stick it up your ass. And I'm going to start shorting this stock and telling everybody to short this thing. Short it to non-existence. God dang it. We're going to turn into shorts from now on this damn thing. They made they put out a form S3 in after hours. Go look at the notification. I put a posting up of what they did, trying to raise billions of dollars, a 1.5 billion. And I've been looking for our buddy Uncle Bruce to come out and go, what the fuck too? But we haven't heard anything from Uncle Bruce yet. And I am so mad. I am so mad right now. God, I am so furiously mad. They screwed themselves with all the Chivarinis and all the other bullshit, and then they come and screw themselves. Folks, I don't understand it. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I want you to see that if you go to the history here, right here's the breaking news. Here's the breaking news. SoFi After Hours files an S3 form for $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion S3, Form S3 filed after hours. To screw us all, people. To screw us. That piece of doesn't give a crap about us, and I used to think he did, folks. But I'm going to tell you what I feel right now about him. I'm going to tell you what I feel about him right now. And what I feel about Anthony NOTO right now is that, yeah, this is what I feel about him. I feel like Anthony NOTO's a bull, all right. He's full of bullshit. He's full of bullshit. And I have every right to be mad at him. Anthony, what the fuck? Why do you need $1.5 billion when you just had Blue Owl and Fortress give you $2 billion, Blue Owl gave you $5 billion, Fortress gave you another $2 billion. Why do you need $1.5 billion today? Why? Why? You dumbass, and all of you people. I hope this price goes to $8 a share. I hope David Chiaverini's right. As far as I'm concerned, that's all your stock is worth. God. Jeez, oh, Pete's. Let's get a great earnings call, and let's get everybody involved and everybody excited about a new 52-week high, a whole new high, and then let's do a friggin' public share offering to get a $1.5 billion. God. I hear you, C. Richard. I sold too, and I'm glad I did. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I did buy in the afternoon, after hours. I bought at 2066. I bought at 2060 as well. I bought at 2060, 2061, 62, 66. But man, I tell you, man, I am just not happy. And now the price is at 2188, so I did good. 2088, but I bought 2060, 2061, 26. When it was down 1.66%, I bought it. But man, oh man, oh man, oh, I'm just so sick of, we've worked so hard and come so far. We've worked so hard to get to this point, and we've worked so hard, and we've believed in you, and we believed in your company, Anthony. We believed in you. Well, let me surmise this. There's a lot of volume, 229 million shares today. 76 million is the average. UPS and everybody today giving a lot of bad forward guidance, so it sparked a lot of fear in the market. The jolt numbers weren't really that good, not much of a big factor really, but the level of suppression, which eventually took hold of SoFi and dragged it down. But you had a lot of big buys in after hours, a lot of working in the dark pool, a lot going on with dip with SoFi in the after hours. They got blindsided because of an issuance. SoFi just put out breaking news. After hours, 1.5 billion issuance. I guess to be fair, Anthony did mention in his interview on CNBC today, at the 6-minute mark on the interview, he said, well, we do feel like we have adequate capital on the balance sheet, but going to take advantage of opportunities from time to time. Why would you do it today? Timing is everything, Anthony, and you make every single shareholder feel like you don't give about a damn about them to offer that today. It is just the absolute stab in the back to all of us, and it's an insult to us, Anthony. It's an insult after a triple beat and finally raising guidance and everything looking so beautiful, and then you stab us in the back and you told us you had plenty of capital right now. What the are you doing, Anthony? What are you doing? What are you thinking? Why? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I'm going to tell everybody to short the shit out of this stock in the morning, and I hope it goes down to fucking $13. I'm sorry, but I'm mad, people. Shit. I did buy shares at 2060 in after hours, 2061, 2062. I bought about another, I don't know, 200, 300 shares. I was just sick of it, hearing it and seeing it. Anthony, no go, exactly. Freaking asshole. Excuse me, but, I call out what I see, and I do not like taking advantage of shareholders on the only decent earning you've had in 6, 8 earnings. 6, 8, 10 earnings, the price falls afterwards. And finally, you get a good one today, and you screwed us all. God. Jeez. Well, I'm here to let you know, folks, I did buy SoFi at 2060 and 2061 and 2066 in after hours. Because I still fucking believe in them, believe it or not. I still do, but man, oh man, I bought it at 2060s, folks. I bought it at 2060s, 2061, 2063, 2064, 2066. And then I didn't even know what was going on. It was later that I looked over after I bought all those shares. Then I saw the video by Kyle explaining what was going on. And I felt like an idiot that I even bought them at 2066 after that. I did. I actually did. I thought, oh my God, this thing's probably going to go to $18 tomorrow after the market wakes up to it. But I guess they oversold it already in after hours, and it was just what the shorts needed to get out of their screwed up positions that they're still short holding, and they're losing so much money. Today, they're still down, freaking folks, big time. But my God, SoFi just let them off the hook today. We could have even seen 4 or 5 days of the price drifting up and getting more and more shorts out. But you incentivized them today, Anthony. You lit a flame under them. They were snuffed out, and you got the lighter out and started flicking it and blowing on it and fanning the flame. God. Don't give them any aspirations of hope and hoping the price falls because you're a dumbass. Look at it down 6.66% right now. Down 666, people. Man, oh man. Anthony, that's the reason the number's there now, because you are evil to do that to us, in my opinion. Don't be greedy. Be thankful for the journey. No, I am. I'm very thankful. And as a matter of fact, like I said, I bought it when they ran it down 2060. And I'm glad I sold it where I did today. I'm glad I sold it where I did at $25 today a share. And in a way, I guess you're right that we should feel blessed that we have a chance to now buy it here again. And I got to buy it at 2060 and 2061 in the after hours. So in a way, yes, I do feel blessed to have that opportunity. But at the same time, I think it's fair for me to vent my frustrations with a company that finally, after all these years, had an earnings call and forward guidance and everything and momentum and energy and volume and everything going in the right direction. And then you got to go and cause a blowout. And sure, it's going to slow us down and move us over. And of course, we aren't going to advance as fast. But do you realize how fast we would have gone up to, again, $28 by the end of this week if that hadn't happened? Anthony, do you realize that? Because there's so much space overhead from here where no one owns shares that it could have just meandered right on up by Friday to 28 a share. And then you could have done the offering. You snuffed it out already, Anthony. You gotta be smarter than that. You're a military man. Let this great news and everything absorb into the market and let the price drift on up to 21s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, and 8s. And then on Friday, after you get it up to $28 and all brand new high, then you pull the rug out from everyone, Anthony. Then you prematurely eject all over us today is what you did. What, you saw all this herking and jerking going on, and all of a sudden the little fluff girl came in, and then you spent your load right there, Anthony? Huh? You saw this Woody going right here, and all that she had to do was just give you just a sample, and you had to do that? Oh, man. Yeah, and loan disbursements going out in 3 weeks. Yep. Maybe you'll buy BITF. Well, I think I'm very justifiably upset, and you all are too. So I want to speak on your behalf. Some of you are grateful, I guess, that we got a chance to buy this low again, but I'm not. I wanted to see this carry over into tomorrow. The energy I saw them try to push it down, and it went green in after hours, and it was going up in after hours, and it was looking so good. And you just had to ruin the whole image today, Anthony. And why do you need another $1.5 billion right now, Anthony? Why? Why didn't you go sell your shares of SoFi and use that money if your company needs money so bad? Why didn't you sell your 118 million shares of SoFi today and use that money instead of ours? Huh? Shh. Terry, listen. I believe you're right, and I understand that we probably use that money to buy another company, but I want you to know that I thought the timing of it was horrible. The timing of it was just absolutely atrociously horrible. You know, folks, I can show you earnings call where on the same day of the earnings call, the price ended up negative 14% by the end of the day. I can show you earnings calls going back, and I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do this right now so you can see what our past has been. And all this does is once again gives people the impression that won't know why or understand why, but all they're going to do is look at another earnings call and go, oh my God, look, they couldn't hold their gains again after earnings, so let's just sell everything before earnings again this time. That's what you're going to, Anthony, don't you understand that you're creating a repetitive image of you're never being able to hold a gain? You finally had a chance to hold a gain. And it's the same thing over and over and over. Everyone is going to say this. And just so everybody understands what I'm hitting at here, let me show you what I mean, if you don't mind, right now. Let me show you what I mean right now. And I'm going to make sure, view your channel. Hold on and make sure you guys can see this. Man, I'm so mad right now. Gosh, dang it. Let me make sure you guys can see this video. Yes, you can. Here we go. So here you go, Anthony. Just let's take you down the history of what happens with your amazing stock every time you have an earnings call. Here, going back 9 earnings calls ago, your stock went up 20% the day of earnings and lost 31% in 8 days. The next time, your stock went up 15% on earnings day and fell 42% in 5 days. Then your stock went up 30% and fell 48% in 26 days. Do you see this repetition, Anthony? Do you see this, Mr. NOTO? Your stock can't hold a gain. Your stock can never hold a gain. Down 27% in 22 days on this earnings call. And then what do? You prove it again. You prove it again tonight that your stock can't friggin' hold a gain. When is this ever going to end, Anthony? When will this ever end of you losing percentage and losing out every earnings call? And you had your chance this time. You had your chance now to actually turn the course of history around, but you did it again. And no one will know when they look at the history that what happened, that you wanted 1.5 billion, you greedy little shit. They won't know that. All they'll see is the price fell again after earnings. Ah, man. I'm sorry, folks, but man, I am sizzling mad right now. And the only thing that makes me feel good, a bit of consolation, is that I see the price right now in after hours, and I see it hanging at 2092 and not moving, meaning someone is buying a shitload of it there. Oh, it's already gone. Oh. Well, all right, at least we back over 21 after I bought it 2060. Up 60 cents on those buys now. Dadgummit, man. Jeez. Just tuning in, what happened? What happened was that we got an announcement in after hours that SoFi, that's flush with all kinds of cash right now. We got an announcement in after hours that SoFi, that's flush with all kinds of cash right now, had to come out and file for $1.5 billion to get cash. They filed an S3 form for $1.5 billion to get cash. And he just got $2 billion handed to him by Fortress 8 months ago, and $5 billion handed to him by Blue Owl. And well, listen, folks, when they ran it down, I jumped on and told you guys to buy it when it was 6.66% down, and now it's only down 5.85. So it was a buy opportunity for us, and I bought at 2060. I bought 2060, 2061, 2062, 2064, 5, and 2066. But Anthony, don't you understand that your doggone company has a reputation of never holding a gain after earnings, and you just did it again to us? I mean, it's just so disgusting. Jeez. Anthony, where are you? No, don't sell SoFi now. You should have bought it when I gave the notice. To all tank members, I gave a notice and a notification I put out an hour ago. I said, look, everybody, I didn't know why the price had fallen. I didn't discover until after I told everyone to buy the shares at 2066. I said, listen, everybody, SoFi, for some reason, is down 6.66% in after hours. I would buy it if I were you. That's what I said on the notification. So if you're a member of this tank and you don't have the notification bell, you should have had it on, because I told everybody to buy this stock about an hour ago. You'll see, if you look over here, I said in the notifications, and some people did see the posting. But what I posted here for all members, I posted for all members to know that SoFi I put out a notification for everyone, and it said in the notification, and some people did let me know 36 minutes ago. I got someone said, Kat, thank you for letting me know. And I got it. Someone says they bought it at 2085. 2085. All right. The inn at Wood Knuckles Cove bought it at 2085 45 minutes ago because he saw my notice. Here's what I had, folks. I posted this 45 minutes ago. It says, SoFi, hello to all cats. You are receiving this alert because you are a Value Tank member. The time is 6:58 p.m. and SoFi has been driven down 6.66% in after hours. And I have been buying at that number because I believe it is manipulated heavily to that number. It's up to you, of course, if you want to do what I'm doing, but I'm buying here at 2088. Well, I already bought earlier than that at 2060, 2061, 2066, but I kept buying even at 2088 as well. But I bought a lot at 2060, 2062, 2063. But anyway, there you go. I put that notification up for all members. And now it's at 2101. Wait a minute, maybe it's even higher than that now. Yep. So when I bought it, it was at the low, 2160. I think that's about the low it got in after hours. I'm not sure, but I think 2060 in after hours. BitGo, possibly they were valued at 175 billion for IPO. Okay, all right. Somebody thinks the buy might be on BitGo. It's a Bitcoin mining company. All right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. That could be good. Well, everybody, I just want you to know that I'm not real happy. But then again, it gave us an opportunity to sell today at 25 and buy back almost $5 cheaper at $20.60 in after hours, and 2080 and 2088. So in a way, hey, listen, folks, we would have never got that without, I guess we could call it Anthony's help. And by the way, look where it's down right now. That is also the new devil's number, down 616. Down 6. First it was down 666, and now I just saw 616, and 616 is the new number that represents Satan. It actually is gematria, and the number 616 right there, that stands for gematria and is the name Caligula, who was the emperor at the time they found the new Dead Sea Scrolls. If you didn't know that, go look. In 2007, they uncovered new scrolls and discovered the number is not 666, that was previously thought. It's 616. 616. And they have confirmed that by looking through electron microscopes. The number for the sign of the beast is 616 now. Just so you're aware of that. I thought I'd share that with you. I know all kinds of stuff like this, folks. That's what I do. I know all kinds of stuff like this. And now look at it rising, steadily rising. Anthony, boy, you know what? Some of you guys today, some of you guys at the end of the day today, some of you guys saw me do a little magic trick. Did you see my magic trick earlier today? Well, look, Anthony NOTO, he wanted to show me up and do another little bigger magic trick today. Anthony NOTO's doing a little Houdini act. He's going to tell you at the CNBC meeting that they got plenty of cash and capital right now, but they might want to take and buy some other companies. And then after he tells you they got all kinds of capital, then he's going to pull out the S3 out of his hat and go, oh, but we'll take another 1.5 billion and we want to do it on the backs and shoulders of the shareholders. And by the way, let me make sure you all understand another thing that this company loves to do is they love to take money from the company by dishing out shareholders for pay to all the executives and everyone that works. They give them shares. Give them shares. Don't pay them cash. Keep that cash capital so you can keep all that capital. Keep all that capital so you don't need to go out and do S3 forms. Keep all that cash. Just give your employees all stock so they can keep diluting the stock and keep that cash, that capital, so you don't have to do any fundraising with on the back of shareholders. See how that works? Oh man, when you get me going, folks, you guys know. An S3, go to the notifications if you're subscribed to this channel. And I already put up what an S3 was. I showed everybody. I took pictures of it. And I posted it on the posting that I put up. An S3 is a form that doesn't have to be executed right away. The share issuance can be over a period of time, but the direct effect of it happens immediately. It dilutes the shareholders' value of the shares because they're trying to raise money and get $1.5 billion to try to buy another company. I guess they're buying a Bitcoin company. Somebody thinks it might be, somebody said they thought it might be BitGo, I think. They said that company was at about 2.75 billion at the IPO. So they think that that they might be wanting to buy this crypto company, and they might make the announcement that they just bought BitGo. BitGo. Terry Hurst is the one that mentioned that to us. But folks, I see the prices now 21.08, so I don't feel so bad about buying at the 20.60. Alexa, call David Sunday.
That's David Caravassi.
No. Call Dave Sunday.
Calling Dave Sunday's mobile.
Yo.
Hey, did you see what's going on with SoFi in after hours? It's back over 21. We bought it at 2060s and 2066s, 2070s. It's at 2108.
Right.
It's at 2108 now and rising.
Sweet.
Well, what they did a public share offering, dude. I didn't even know it. I didn't even know why you and me were buying. I had no idea that they had done an S3 form to try to raise $1.5 billion, dude. 1.5 billion. And this,
So what's that mean for us?
well, it diluted the shares. That's why we got to buy it at 2060 just now. And now it's at 21. Now it's at 2109. So and people freaked out when they heard the news that they did an S, and it started selling down. And that's when me and you bought it, when it was in the 2060 range, and it's at 2109 now. So we did good, brother. We did good.
So 21. So it's gonna.
We bought it at 2060, bro. It's at 2109 now.
Right. So
And by the way, the
the
sell-off panic
you
is.
said it's diluted, but it's going to come back up.
Yeah, it'll come back up for sure. It will, and they may even announce tomorrow. Look, we wanted to sell these because we want to buy this company called BitGo. Somebody already told me they think it's because they're going to buy BitGo, which is a Bitcoin company. And he said
Right.
he said that they had
I saw recently that they were talking about getting into it.
Yeah, well, they are. They're going into crypto, but Terry Hurst
Right.
Terry Hurst on my channel thinks that they're going to be buying BitGo possibly because they were just valued at 1.75 billion for an IPO. So he believes that they might be having their sights on BitGo, but we don't really know. We don't know what they're buying. But they're buying something because he hinted at it on CNBC. He said we are capital strong right now, but we may want to do some acquisitions. And I think they just want to buy some company they're going to announce tomorrow, or it might be announced tonight. But at any rate, hey, we got to buy it at 2060, my friend, and it's at 2108 now. So, and I think most.
Awesome.
I think most of the panic is over. I think there was some over exuberant selling in after hours, and we got to take advantage of it. That's what I think.
Yeah. Good thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, we'll see tomorrow. We don't know how the public's we don't know how under the regular hours, we don't know how the market's going to react yet. We're just hoping. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
But I just wanted to let you
All
know
right.
it is good up right now. It's at 2108 in after hours right now.
Sweet.
All right. All right. We'll talk to you.
Cheryl.
Yep, we'll do.
See you, bro.
Yep, say hi to Lynn.
Bye.
Bye. Well, we got to buy it at 2060. We sold it at $25 a day and got to buy it at 2060. Man, is that not typical SoFi right there? Is that not typical SoFi right there? A $5 swing on earnings day. And you know what? I'm actually going to change this my high low today. And I want to change this now. And I want this to say that the low today was not 22.25. It was 20.60. Okay, I know because I bought it there. 20.60. Folks, the price today on this stock swung $4.51. That is the second highest number that has ever swung before. That's the second highest number, going all the way back to this date when the price swung $4.74. And once here, it swung $5.17. But folks, when it swung $5.17 from high to low, by the end of the day, it had recovered $3.34. And here, when it swung $4.74, by the end of the day, it had recovered $4.58. All right? But we just had the third largest price swing in the history of this stock today, if you include the after hours. And I'm going to put that number over here, 2060, so I know it was in after hours. Yep. And I'm also going to put right here, next to this, I'm going to put 2060, and this was a S3 form. S3 form. $1.5 billion. There we go. So I'll know why this swing today was so much. Oh, that won't work. That won't work. I can't put this in here. I can't do that. I've got to come here and go like this and go insert. And now, oops, that's wrong. Back up. Go over here and put the insert here. Insert. And right here, I'm going to put S3 form. Cut and paste. There we go. Now I know why this thing swung $4.51 today. I'll know what happened. S3 form filed AH. After hours. 1.5 billion. All right, there we go. We'll have it now, and we'll know why. Why did it do that? Historically, we'll have a record of why it made such a big move today. Well, it is what it is, folks. It is what it is, folks. Brian, that's smoker's voice. Nope, I'm sorry, I do not smoke. I just talk all day long every day, and my voice gets ragged. I also sing all day long. I don't just talk loudly, I sing all day long too. Singing SoFi songs. Yep. Frisco Pisco. Nope, it already made its run. The low was $20.60 in after hours. If you missed it, too bad. If you missed it, that's too bad. The low was already achieved in after hours when the news broke. $20.60 is where it was 1 hour ago. It was at $20.60. So sorry about your hopeful dreams of $16, but unfortunately, it's already recovering now in the after hours. The word has gotten out, and the only effort there is now by the shorts is not to get 2060 anymore, but to hold it 616% down, Satan's number. The new number representing Satan, in case you didn't know it, is now 616. If you don't believe me, do a Google search and put in the number 616 and then put Satan. And then you'll find out that it's not 666. They've discovered new Dead Sea Scrolls, and the new Dead Sea Scrolls are more clearly visible to read, and they're more easy to interpret. And they were able to determine that the number 616 is the actual number. And the name, the beast was actually that they were referring to by using those numbers was the emperor at the time, Caligula. Caligula was in control of the government, and his gematria number for his name, Caligula, is the numbers 616. So when they were writing about the beast, they were actually writing about the current ruler of their day, and they were using the number 616, which stands for Caligula. I know what I'm talking about, folks. So right now, earlier when I posted my notification, when the price was down to 2088, it was down 666. And now, folks, they're just trying to hold it down 616. Okay? So earlier it was at 2088 and it was down 666. And now, where it is now, they're trying to make it down 616. 616. So let me make one thing very clear. Tomorrow, I have no idea how low this will go, but I'm hoping it doesn't go below where I just bought it an hour ago at $20.60. I'm hoping that this is the washout right now in after hours on the news of the share offering. That's right. They did an S3 form. They filed it in after hours. Anthony pulled the rabbit out of the hat and screwed everybody over by doing a public share offering to acquire $1.5 billion cash. Now, I've been telling everyone that there was very, very, very slim chance that SoFi would do any kind of a public share offering because they just got so much cash handed to them. They got $2 billion by Fortress. They got $5 billion from Blue Owl. They got another $2 billion from Fortress. And why do they need another $1.5 billion right now? Why, Anthony? Why? Why did you do that to us when I told everybody that would almost absolutely no way happen with all the money people were handing you to loan out? And I asked you another question, Anthony. Why wouldn't you just sell your own 118 million shares valued at, how much money is Anthony and NOTO's shares worth right now, folks? Let's go find out. Google. Anthony NOTO. Going over here to all. Going to Google now. Anthony NOTO, shares of SoFi stock. He's got 121,844 shares, and his average share price, he's up 71.64%. Anthony, if you needed money to loan out or buy it, why didn't you sell your shares? Why didn't you sell your shares, Anthony? And raise money for your company that way, instead of us putting it on the shoulders of us, the simpleton shareholders. Why didn't you sell yours? Ask Alex. Rothschild Bank. Haha, those millions of shares that funds bought earlier. Geez, even they are well underway now. Yep. He can borrow against it without much stock. Yeah. Analyst says 25% downside. Jeez. Well, I tell you what, no, he's wrong. The downside was already absorbed in after hours, and I got to buy it there. The downside was already at $20.60 in after hours, and I bought it there. That was the downside. And now it's at $20.98, so I've made 32 cents a share on everything I bought, about 1,000 shares. But folks, while I was buying those shares, I just thought it was pure and simple manipulation, and that shorts were trying to get out of their shorted positions by running it down in after hours on low volume. I had no idea when I was buying at 2060 that this was what was the reason for it falling 6%. I didn't know about the S3. I just saw it fell, and I said, damn, it's down 6.66%. I'm going to buy it. It only went up 6.57 today during the daytime, and now it's actually red 0.5%. I'm going to buy it. So that's what I did. I bought it at $20.60. And I bought it at 2065 and 66, and I bought it at 2077 and 78, 73. I bought it 2073. I bought it 2088. So I just kept buying as after I saw 2060 was the bottom. Then I just kept creeping in as it went up, and you can see where it is now. But if you're looking for it to fall that much, you can dream on, because that is going to happen. It already fell. It was already oversold, panic sold in after hours. It was sold. And some people are going to come home now, and they're going to look at SoFi's price and see that earlier it was at $25 today, and they're going to see it now at $21.01. And they're going to go, holy shit, I'm buying this thing now. It's down $5. They're going to buy it, folks. They won't know. They're just going to see it down $5 from the high today, and they're going to buy it right now. They're coming home from California. Everybody's coming home from work right now, and they're just going to be buying this thing. They're going to buy the shit out of this thing because they're going to see it down $5 from the high, and they're going to go, wow, I think I'm going to pick up some of this. That sounds like a freaking great deal. And it is. It is. It still is a great deal. It's just not as good a deal as it was when it was at 2060 an hour ago. But they're still buying here, and you can see, look at the number. They're trying to hold it down, 616. I want you guys to see something here. $666 is not the devil's number. Well, I got this wrong. Six is supposed to be not just 666. Why did it change it for me? Why 666 is not Jeez, oh Pete, Tyler, come on, man. And I can't see because the screen is blank. Okay, here we go. 666 is not the sign of the beast, is not the number of the beast, is not the number of the beast. Enter. Come on, man, just find it. And here it is down here, folks. Revelation 666 is not the number of the beast. It is actually the devilish 616. A newly discovered fragment of the oldest surviving copy of the New Testament indicates that as far as Antichrist goes, Theologians, scholars, heavy metal groups, and television evangelists have got the number wrong. Instead of 666, it's actually the far less ominous 616. 616. All right. Professor David Parker, professor of the New Testament, textual criticism, and paleography at the University of Birmingham, thinks that 616, although less memorable than 666, is the original. He said this is an example of gematria where numbers are based on the numerical values of letters in people's names. Early Christians would use numbers to hide the identity of the people who they were attacking, and 616 refers to the Emperor Caligula. There it is, right there. So, folks, the number 666 is no longer the sign of the devil. The number is 616. And if you look right here, you will see that they are currently trying to hold the price down 616. All right. So I'm just making sure you understand that. Just making sure that you're clear on that. Earlier, they had the number 666 when it was at 2088. And now, folks, they're trying to hold the 616. I'm just letting you know it could mean nothing, but I think it's very interesting that that is the number that they've gone from the 666 down to now 616 down. But I'm happy to show you things like this because you need to be aware of it. I think it's valuable to have this kind of information and know what's going on. Know what numbers they're trying to get to and why they mean so much to them to get to a certain number. And now you know why. So, well, folks, I'm telling you, might go up tomorrow. Dilution amount is about the same as when it's down. Yep. The Q was A plus quarterly. Yeah, it's the humiliation ritual for shareholders. Yes. Yes, it is. WJR2453, haha, those millions of shares that funds bought earlier. Geez, even they are well underwater now. That's right. He can borrow against them without much stock. Yes, that's true. That's right. You're right. He can. You're right. Keith McMahon. Analysis says 25% downside. Oh, these analysts don't know shit. None of them know anything. They're all retarded. All of them have 0-star, half-star ratings. They suck. No analyst knows anything. None of them. They're all full of shit. Never thought I would say this, but I hope the shorts feast tomorrow. 4 years of dilution is too much. Yep. So what are you saying? First you pissed, or now you're happy? I'm still pissed. I can be happy and pissed at the same time. I can be. First, I'm pissed off that we had a good earnings that looked strong enough to hold the gain and maybe continue rising 10%, 12, 20 by the end of the week. And then who takes this wind out of its sail? Not the analysts and downgrades and oversells and under. No. It's not the analysts. It's Anthony Noto and the company that takes the wind out of the sail this time. They screwed us. Finally, the damn stock has a decent hold up of the days at the day's end. Green. And what does Anthony decide to do? Fuck us all over, people, is what he did. With a capital F. Now, I would think that he's going to justify all this by telling everybody they bought some killer company and they got it at pennies on the dollar. Well, good for you, Anthony. Why didn't you wait until Friday this week and the damn price would have been $27, $28 a share if you hadn't have flushed everyone out of it today and just did the same thing to stock every freaking time it does after every earnings call. Down, and down again. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for doing it again. Thank you for confirming what everybody knows about this stock. It will never hold a freaking gain. And you know what? Next earnings call, I'm going to tell all my people to sell the shit out of this thing. Sell 90% of it the day before earnings. That's what I'm going to tell them to do. Ivan Mike Skowski, sax player. I play the sax too, my friend. If you go back to yesterday's video in the morning, well, about noon or so, 1 o'clock, yesterday's video, you'll see me whip out and wail on my sax some. Yeah, Doc Ally, well, double nut sax. Yeah, Mary Mescu, I was hoping for a 20% gain at the end of the day. They've just taken all the wind out of the sails. It's just absolutely so deflating. And folks, listen, you're listening to someone now. You're listening to someone now. You're listening to a person right now that has advocated for this stock every single time they've been attacked. I started from day one when David Chiaverini attacked us. And I defended this company. And then when they bought Technesis and overpaid for it, I defended this company. When they did the convertible note share offering a year and a half ago, I defended this company. When they fell from $11.70 a share to $6.01, I defended this company. When the price went to $10.99 and back down to $8.88, I defended this company. You see how how much my resolve is? Every time they've done something, the others are the ones that usually make it fall. It's not of their own doing for SoFi. It's, the student loans aren't going to be paid back for another year. Well, they start going back up, then the student loans are going to get another year's late. And then they go up and they got news that they had to write off Technesis and it goes from 1170 to 601. and I've defended SoFi all along the way. All along the way, I've defended it. I've always stood up for it. And now I'm here to tell you, I hope that the shorts take this thing to freaking 450 David Chiaverini's target price. Because I'm so sick of this. Trying to convince people that this time it was going to be different. This time, and it was different. You saw him actually hold a gain today on earnings day. It was different, Anthony. And to you and your panel of military mind, we'll toughen up the troops with this one. We'll really toughen up the troops. And by the time, let me just look at it this way. I'm thinking as a military strategist, and the way I see it, we don't need any weak hands in our military. Let's get them out tonight. Let's do a public share offering, and we're going to get any weak hands. There'll be nothing left but Marines holding these things, and you can rip them out even if you had them by the balls. Is that what you tried, Anthony? Just a real good fleecing here and just get rid of all the weak, and then there's nothing left but people that'll take a thrashing anytime you decide to give it to them? Is that what you're looking for? We'll just have people left that'll never sell this stock no matter what we do to it. After tonight, after 12 earnings calls in a row with the price falling 40% after, 38 after, 42% after, 40% after, 38% after, falling, and it's falling again, this time because of you, Anthony. Well, one thing's for sure, as I always say, we would never have got a chance to sell this stock at $25 a share this morning and buy it back just this evening at $20.60 if it wasn't for Anthony. So I guess you have to, on one side, you slash him and hit him with the whip On the other side, you touch them up with a little gauze and bandages, and then it's all going to be fine. But you should have known, Anthony, that I was going to come after you after this move today. You should have known. Mr. Reliable to stand up for us and support us and keep getting people to buy and sing the little SoFi song. He'll be there for us tomorrow anyway, don't worry. Well, Anthony, I might not be here tomorrow. Eric M., breaking news. Anthony Noto announces the hiring of David Chiarini as new VP of Global Acquisition and Financial Strategy. What do American people think of Poland? Well, I can tell you for a long time, there used to be, the Polish were kind of a whipping post. For a long time, there used to be jokes when I was a little kid all over, prevalent about Polish people for some reason not having any intellect. And that they used to make Polak jokes. They were very, very common. And to give you an example of what I'm talking about, I'll tell you one of the jokes now. Do you want to hear it? Is your ding, ding, ding a treetop or a palm tree? Here it is. Tell them I'm Polish as well. All right, I'll tell you. All right, so there was this Polish convention. They were going to have a big event at the end of the year for all the Poles to come together, and they were going to celebrate the year's end. And they decided to give away a lucky drawing. So they had all of the people that were attending, they had their names in a hat, and they were going to bring out something for them to win at this event. So it was the first annual event, and they decided to give away a bicycle. So what they did was, when they had the drawing, they rolled this out on the stage, and they said, whoever can guess what this is, you're going to win it. And the first one was like, I think that's a horse. And the other one said, no, that's a car. No, and then finally there was one back there, Timmy, and he raised his hand. And they said, who, Timmy? And Timmy said, I think that's a bicycle. And they said, congratulations, you're the Polak of the year. Come on up and get your bike. So he gets his bike. So then the next year they decided to have another convention the same year, a year later, and they wanted to think of another prize. And they decided to bring out a three-wheeler, you know, like the older people with a basket on the back so they can grocery shop. So they pulled out this thing, and they said, hey, everybody, we're going to do the same thing we did last year. See if anybody can guess what this is. And they pulled it out there, and the one person said, I know what that is. That's a bicycle. No, it's not a bicycle. No, it's not. Finally, after everybody guessed, no one could guess, and Timmy raised a hand. They said, all right, Timmy, what is it? He said, I think that's a tricycle. And they go, yeah, you're the Polak of the year. So 2 years in a row, he's on a roll. So the next year, they decided that they were really going to make this thing difficult, not so easy this time. So they decided to put out one of those, the single seat. It just has a seat with the one wheel on it. And they decided to bring that out, just the one seat, I don't know. And so they started to put that out there on the stage. And what they did, someone says Poland is the safest country in the world. We respect Poland. Yes, absolutely. Let me finish my joke. So anyway, they decided to put out the single seat, one wheeled thing that they were going to let them guess at the end of the year. And I'm still waiting for someone to tell me, yes, congratulations, E. You are the Polak of the year. Yes. You too, One Love. You too, One Love. Congratulations, you guys get to split the prize. So there you go, folks. There's a Polak joke for you. Okay. I disagree, Gary, to each their own, but I want real facts and data. People are getting ridiculous with all this conspiracy theories. Always look for a pattern, number, etc., and you'll find it. Savannah Jackson, there's numbers, there's patterns, and there's gematria all through this stock market. And I know you don't maybe believe that, but I can tell you about what happened yesterday. There's a number 88 that they love to sell at. And we had a young lady on here by the name of Wendy. 2 days ago, she was on here and she was following a stock. And she asked me to take a look at that stock right then. So I jumped over and looked at it. And when I did, the price was $18.88. And I screamed right then, Wendy, sell this right now. Sell this stock. Get on that horn and hit sell, sell, sell. I told her right then, Wendy, you've got to sell this at 1888. Sell it now. And Wendy did sell it at 1888. And 40 minutes later, the price was 1788 a share. So numbers do mean a lot. And you have to know it, and you can learn from it. You can learn from it. Savannah, you must be a coincidence theorist. No, folks, if you don't think gematria exists in the market, then you would be foolish not to take a chance of a price that went down from, say, $22 down to $20.66. Folks, the 66 number, listen here, Savannah. If you don't listen to me, you're going to miss a lot of opportunities because they often drive a price right down to 66 and stop it. And they'll also take a price up to 66 and stop it. They do it all the time, Samantha and Savannah. And by the way, everyone that's on this channel has watched me call that out over and over and over and over and over again. I've told them to buy when it dropped to that number, and they have, and then they sold it the next $1.20 higher. They've done it down to 66. They bring it down to 77. Then they take it right back up over the dollar and right to the 20. And they do it all the time, Savannah. And if you stay here long enough on this channel, you'll find out how often they do it. They do it a lot. They do it every day. Yeah, B69 Rich says, hey, Gary, Santa Claus isn't real. Well, the stockings all were hung and all the presents 'neath the tree. And my son comes running in the room and he jumps up on my knee. And he tells me, Dad, I just heard that Santa Claus is make-believe. And this is what I told my boy that night on Christmas Eve. I said, son, I know old Santa. Fact is, I know him very well. But there's many things about that guy that I'm just not allowed to tell. But I guarantee you he won't mind if I should say a thing or two. And I guarantee you, son, that every word I say is true. And he said, Santa Claus, he loves you so. And he'd really like for you to know that although you cannot see him there, he still really cares. And I'll have to leave it up to you to decide if you believe it's true. But Santa Claus believes in you. my little boy up and I carried him to bed. Then I tucked him in those sheets and sure I kissed his little head. And then I went to hide those special gifts from Santa underneath the tree. And I thought back to the day my daddy'd said the same to me. And he said, Santa Claus, he loves you so. And he'd really like for you to know that although you cannot see him there, he still really cares. And I'll have to leave it up to you to decide if you believe it's true. But Santa Claus believes in you. Yeah, Santa Claus believes in you. My little Christmas song to you guys and gals. You know, Christmas season really could use a new Christmas song, don't you think? I think it needs a new Christmas song. I think we ought to hear that on the radio. And it is on Spotify, or at least it's on YouTube on my playlist, along with 125 other original songs that I have. And I hope you enjoyed that original song. And I hope that you enjoy your evening. I'm sorry if I got on here with a bit of an attitude earlier. Christmas came early. Thank you. Yeah. And when it comes to Christmas time, I'm going to sing you a song that I think you'll like called Santa Claus Ain't Coming to Town. I think you'll like it a lot. And if you want to see that video, it's on YouTube, and I think you'll get a kick out of it. It is themed for adults, though, so please don't play that around your children. All right, everyone. Well, Christmas came early because we just got to buy SoFi in the after hours at $20.60 a share. And I guess we can thank Anthony NOTO for doing that. And if we get to buy it tomorrow at $18 a share, we can thank him for that too. Who knows how the market's going to react to this $1.5 billion fundraiser. But, yep, Jackson says, stocks move up on the thoughts of people. If a lot of people freak out over certain numbers, it will move. Self-fulfilling prophecy, but unnecessary. Thanks for the song, brother. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Savannah Jackson. I like the name. I like Savannah, Georgia a lot. Savannah, Georgia is a beautiful little town. Tybee Island, the awesome place. Savannah, Georgia. Eric, come up with a song for Love Stinks and change the word love for SoFi. All right. All right. Nice place I've been in 5 times. Never been, but maybe on one day. Yeah, you should go there. It is a wonderful, wonderful town. And look at SoFi now. It's at 2104 in after hours and rising. We got it's 9 o'clock and it's rising, folks, and the news is out. So like I said, I think a lot of people are going to come back in from the work at California, get on their computer and see SoFi was at $25 today. They'll see it 6% down in after hours and not know why. And they'll buy it because it's $5 less than the high today. And they'll see it as a great opportunity. And it is. All right, everybody. Oh, my goodness. I live in Beaufort. You need to go to Berlin in Germany. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And lass uns was essen gehen, my friend. Mein Freund. Mein Freund. Las ons was essen gehen. You have to know what that means. Yeah. Hello there, buddy. What the hell are you doing on here this time of night? I had to tell everybody that SoFi shafted us in the after hours and did a $1.5 billion S3 filing form to create revenue. They need $1.5 billion, even though Fortress just gave them $2 billion. Blue Owl gave them $5 billion, and Fortress gave them another $2 billion. For some reason, unbeknownst to us, they needed another $1.5 billion, and he decided to do it on the day of earnings right after the market closed. And SoFi had finally held a gain for the first time in 9 months. And actually, in 2.5 years, it's the first time SoFi could have held a gain for the first time in 2 years after earnings. It could have. But I guess Anthony had other plans. I guess he said, people are getting so used to getting fucked on SoFi after earnings, I'm going to fuck them this time. That's what it is. Yep. SoFi did a public share offering. It's through a S3 form. The filing is to they can get $1.5 billion in capital. Now, SoFi CEO Anthony Noto, at the 6-minute mark on the CNBC video last week, the 6-minute mark, he said, we don't really need any capital right now, but we might want to get some for an acquisition. So he hinted that this was coming. He just picked the worst time of all to do it, the day of earnings. He should have waited, because as I said, what we could have seen was SoFi drift today. We could have seen it drift from the 2240 close to 2280 close, then 2380 close, then 2490, then 26, then maybe up to 28. It could have drifted by Friday up to 28. And then, Anthony's where you sell it. You don't sell it in haste like a premature little 16-year-old that's getting laid the first time. You got to give it some time, man. Anthony, give it a little time. Let this news and great news circulate through the market and run the price and drift it up and up and up. Then you pop that cherry, baby. Anthony, you went too soon, you little jackrabbit. God, man, premature. Premature enodulation. WJR2453's laughing. Let Loose is laughing too. B69. Gina. Well, listen, he got way too happy seeing that $200 million volume. You're right. He thought, Gary says, I wish I had your energy tonight. Man, I'm so spiked. Man, listen, here's the deal. When the market closed and then 20 minutes later, I saw the price was down to 6.66% down. My thinking immediately was, I'm buying this now. They've driven it down 6.66%. I'm buying it. So I started buying it there, and then it was down 6.76, then down 6.9, then it was down 7%, 7.5, and I started buying heavy, and I bought it I bought it 2066, and then I bought a lot at 2060. At 2060, I bought 300 or 400 shares, 2061, 2062, but I didn't know at that time that they'd done this offering. I didn't find out until after I did all that buying and went to look at YouTube to look at trending stocks, Cal, and Cal had it out that they did a $1.5 billion offering. And I was like, oh my God. And here I was buying all these shares at 2060 without even knowing. I just didn't even know that had happened. And I'm lucky, actually, now that it's back over 21, because it could have tomorrow it could fall to $18. I don't know what the damn thing's going to do. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know what it's going to do. There could be an announcement by Anthony tomorrow morning before the market opens that they bought a Bitcoin company. Somebody said earlier they believe that Anthony Noto has his eye on a company called BitGo. I believe it was BitGo. He said, I believe they're buying BitGo because they had a valuation recently on an IPO of $1.75 billion. So he said he thought that it was a company called BitGo that they might be trying to acquire, and they needed this money to buy BitGo. And if you go up here, it says, BitGo is possibly the one they're buying. They were valued at $1.75 billion for an IPO, and that was from Terry Hurst, who believes that SoFi may be buying BitGo. Okay, maybe they're going to buy BITF. Wouldn't that be cool as shit? Get news that they buy BITF in the morning. They might, because I already told you BITF has got a lot of production going on, the same as Mara. Let loose. Do I think a big purchase is coming? Yeah, I think they're going to buy a company. I think he hinted on it on the CNBC interview. He said, we're looking to acquire. We might have an acquisition in our sights here soon. When they asked him about his cash flow and capital, he said, we've got plenty of capital right now. We have plenty of working capital, but we're opportunists and we're looking for an acquisition. So I can only presume that for them to put up that many, a Form S3 to acquire that much money, $1.5 billion, they got their eyes on something that they're going to purchase. BITF price was at 127 earlier. I'm not sure where it is now. Let me look. $124. Folks, I was telling you to buy BITF 3 weeks ago at 77 cents a share, and now it's at 124. Some people did buy it in the 70s on this channel, I know. I have something that will make you feel happy, LOL, Nikita. Well, thank you, Nikita. But let me make sure, if you don't mind, quite a few. Nikita, quite a few. Duh, Farmer, my average BITF is 79. Sweet. See, I know people bought in when I brought it to their attention when it was in the 70s. Philo Topo says, this is my favorite granny, y'all. Thank you. I feel special now, Philo. Dígame, ¿es posible ustedes hablar español? Yo tengo una cuestión por ustedes. ¿Es posible usted hablar español? Su nombre es Philo. Yo pienso ustedes pueden hablar español y comprender todo. Yo diga a mí ahora. ¿Sí? Crazy and Persuasion. Oh, fudge. So sell all my SoFi immediately? No. You know, they already ran it down. It's already returning back up now. They already washed it out tonight. It went all the way down to 2066. That's as low as they could get. Well, they took it down to 2060. I bought some at 2059 and 2060. After 2059 and 2060, it was over. Then it started going back up. And now it's, in after hours right now, it's 2101. So it's already recovered 41 cents. It's already recovered 42 cents now. So no sense, Spanish, you mama huevo. I have been in markets for like 3 years. Good. I've been in them for 25 years. I've been trading for 25 years. Well, folks, I see when I bought the stock, it was down $1.66, and now it's down $1.39. So I feel good. I guess we'll see you guys all in the morning. I listened to your stream 15 minutes ago, and I was loving your Christmas song. You were singing. Keep it up. Thank you, C Sharp. Thank you very much. So sorry that you lost money in SoFi, Catfish. I didn't lose any money in it. I've made about $400,000 in SoFi over the last 2 years. There's no way I'm going to lose any money on SoFi buying it in the fours, and I have 45,000 shares now. I can assure you there's an impossibility of me losing any money on SoFi. And you got to think long term, folks. You can't think about daily in and out bullshit. This guy's telling me, I'm sorry you lost money on SoFi, but I bought it 8 months ago at $6.01 a share. And I bought it on my birthday, April 4th, for $8.88 a share. I bought 2 blocks at $8.88 a share. So don't feel too sad for me. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, all right, all right. But not feeling too good myself, right? Feeling all right, all right, all right. So I wanted you to know, coincidentally, the market makers are now holding the price down at this price. And the reason they're trying to hold it here is the number 616. The number 616. Samantha, are you still there? You think they'd still be trying to hold it at 616 if it didn't mean something to them after an hour being here on this channel? You still think that? Is it Samantha? Was that it? Yeah, it was Samantha. I'm sure it was. Oh, Savannah. I'm sorry, Savannah. I'm sure it was Savannah. So, Savannah, do you see where they're trying to hold it right now? 616, girl. See that? The devil's number. And it's getting away from them. They can't even hold it there. Yeah, Gary, it's good to see you in here this time. And BC69. So SoFi intends to use the net proceeds from the offering for general corporate purposes, including working capital and other business opportunities. Anthony, sell your own freaking stock to get money to do that. Sell your own. Sell your own millions of shares. Anthony, sell your own shares if you want some working capital and money to throw around. Don't put it on the shoulders of shareholders. Don't dump it on us, Anthony. You shit on us today, Anthony. You shit on me. You shit on all my viewers. You shit on all the people I had believing that this price was going to run from 21 to 25 because there was no resistance there. And I was right today. That's exactly what it did. I told everybody it was going to do that. I've been showing them the 2-year and 5-year chart for freaking months and months and months. Told them it was all going to go to 25. It did. And then what did you do? Screwed me. Screwed me. Wait till you hear the SoFi song I'm going to come up with tomorrow. Wait till you hear the SoFi song I'm going to come up with tomorrow. Oh, gosh, Gary, I'm sorry. Yeah, hey there, Gwinnett. Yes, it does make me wonder what they're really... And the devil's number is the color of blood, 616. The devil's number is 616, folks. Oh, look, it's only down 598 now, folks. Here we go. Here we go. They've lost the 616 hold. And folks, we just bought this stock an hour and a half ago at $20.60. $20.60. You guys give me a second here. I'm going to show you something. right, here we go. Y'all just give me a second here. I'm going to show you something. All right, let me show you something right here, folks. And I've got to get a code to show you this, so give me a second. I'm going to have to disconnect the stream for about 5 seconds to get this code, and then I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm logging in right now. I want you guys to see something. All right, here we go. And I want you to see my trade order status. And I want you to see where I was buying here, all right? SoFi, I bought 10 at 2074. Okay? Down here, I bought 10 at 2074. I bought 10 at 2074. I bought 10 at 2074. I bought 10 at 2071. I bought 10 at 2075. I bought 10 at 2078. I bought 10 at 2080. I bought 10 at 2093. I bought 10 at 2096. How do you like that? Those are all buys in the after hours. You can see them. All buys in the after hours I bought tonight. Okay? That's where I was buying tonight, folks. I started buying at 2102 and 2105, and then they drove it down here, and I bought a bunch at 2074, 2073, 2074, 2074, 2071, 2075, and I was buying all through there, folks. And just so you know, because of it, today my gains jumped up from where they started. We're at the end of the day on this account, 775, and now my gains on this account today is $1,004. So I've made another $225 with my buys and after hours today on this account. All right, here we go. Gary Inwards, what's going on with you, bro? I'm ready to jump on some TNXP the next couple weeks. I hear you, bro. Gary Bullock, I miss all you guys. Oh, man. Thanks, Catfish. I made money. Wouldn't have ever heard of SoFi if it wasn't for you. All right, Don Daniels, nice. You're very welcome. Yep, I hear you, what you said right there. WJR2453 says it's all paper losses. You only really lose when you actually realize the loss. So it's like just a small setback, just frustrating for people in it. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. And SoFi intends to use net proceeds from the offering for general corporate purposes. I'm going to pin that message. And thank you for letting me know. And now I'm going to go to it, and I'm going to take a picture of that. There we go. I got a picture of it now, and I can save that right here. And done. All right, I just saved that picture of what you just said. I'll put it up tomorrow morning. Thank you for letting me know that. But now you can clearly see SoFi is definitely not down 666 anymore. and it's definitely not down 616 anymore. So those days are over. Now we just have to see how long it takes to get back up to $28, folks. It's going to be a slow road to China this way, Anthony, if you keep doing this to us, baby. Anthony, please, don't do this again. At least give us some sense of accomplishment and let the stock ride on up 2 or 3 days on this great earnings report. Don't do this again to us, please. Think about the timing of it. If you would have just waited until Friday, the price would be $28 a share, and you would have had to offer less shares out there to get the money you needed. But you had to get greedy and jump in when it was at the 52-week high, like a little schoolboy getting his first little tang. You just had to freaking dive right in there. Couldn't let the tang walk around and get other interest parties. You had to dive right into it, didn't you? Golly. Nicole, Gary Bullock, you are totally there in our hearts and prayers every day. Yes. Germany's highest award for biology is the Otto Warburg Medal. Should be the NOTO. And he just performed a perfect biopsy of my penis today and balls. Might as well just cut them off. I would expect that all that profit from any acquisition should be used to buy the stock back. You're right, damn it. Well, hopefully you keep me around in the attic of your mind, LOL. Gary, you're more than that. You're more than that. You're more than that. Almost all disease has its roots in acidic pH. Nice to know. Most disease cannot serve in 7.36 pH. Good to know. And look at SoFi now, only down 133. 133, they're going to now try it, folks. They'll try anything. They'll try to hold it down 666. If that fails, then they'll try to hold it down 616. If that fails, then they'll try to hold it down 133. Down 133, folks. And if that fails, well, what are you going to do now? If you can't hold it down 133, you couldn't hold it down 66. You couldn't hold it down 616. And now you can't keep it down 133. Well, sorry about your luck. Sorry about your luck. Now it's only down 132. And it will just continue to rise probably until the morning. Let's go. Baker Hughes deal, UPS guidance, SoFi Q2 beat 10 hours ago. Let's refresh the screen and see if they put up this offering. Press news release. See if they've updated it with a new $1.5 billion capital gains offering. And no, unfortunately, there's no news about it yet. VZ Rover, hello there. Hello there, my friend. Can someone help me take the knife out of my back? Yeah. Exactly. Anthony, you stuck it to us. You stuck it to us good. You stuck it to us good. But on the other hand, by the way, VZ Rover, I put up a notification that SoFi had made a public offering, and I told everybody that an hour and a half ago, and the price went to $20.60, and we bought it. Some of us bought it at $20.70s. So now it's recovering nicely, but they ran it down. And today's price swing with the after hours involved turned up being from the high to the low, $4.51. The second highest or third highest price swing in the history of the stock. $4.51 swing. And I put a note here, S3 form after hours, so we would know what made it swing today, $4.51 from the high to the low. And by the way, If the low does end up being 2060 and the after hours number ends up being 2108, let's see how much it recovered off the bottom. 21.08. So it would have recovered then 48 cents off the low. So if I recovered 48 cents off the low just now, that's more like it. That's more like it. It was only 3 or 4 cents today, earlier 4 or 5 cents, wasn't it? Now it's 48 cents off the low. Nice. Yep. All right. That's if it ends up at 2108, which I think it will. Well, everybody, I thank you for being here with me, everyone. Thank you. Doc Airlines Tsunami Watch upgraded to warning for Hawaii. Uh-oh. Tsunami Watch upgraded to warning for Hawaii. Oh, no. Well, tomorrow's going to be one heck of a volatile day on this stock, I can guarantee you. I don't know what it's going to do, but I think market makers are going to take full advantage of it. Probably take it up to 2166 in the morning, then down to 2066, then up to 2140, and then down to 22. I mean, just this thing's just going to be freaking all over the place tomorrow, folks. Get ready for a wild and crazy day tomorrow. That's what I can tell you. Get ready for one wild and crazy day tomorrow. All right? Be ready for it. Yeah, I got to go. It's late here in the UK. Thanks for doing overtime, Kat. You're welcome. Yeah, it's like freaking 3 in the morning. Go to bed, bro. Go to bed. Get some sleep. We'll see you tomorrow, 8:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, you guys. Glad y'all were on tonight. I needed my fix and to hear from my twin Edwards and NB. There you go, VZ Rover. I'm going to buy it tomorrow with all the money I made today. Damn right. Watch out for a double dagger tomorrow. Watch them to attack it out of the gate, head fake it up, then double dagger it, and maybe head fake it up again, and then triple dagger it tomorrow. They might triple dagger this thing. Don't fall for any head fakes, folks. If you get it the low and you see it start to turn around, just buy 5 or 10 shares. Because if it starts to go up, they may double or triple dagger it. So just go in easy when you think it's at the bottom, all right? Yep. JP Panek, oof. Yep. The triple nut sack, that's right. Triple ta-ta, baby. All right, you guys. I had a good day with you until tonight. I was really, if you go back to the beginning of this video, man, I was steaming mad. And I sort of still am, but at least I got to buy some shares of SoFi for $20.66 and 60 cents, 2070, 2071, 2073. I'd have never got that if it wasn't for Anthony. So, Anthony, thank you. Thank you, Anthony. You give me that warm, fuzzy feeling when I get to buy it. When you manipulate the price down, you help to manipulate the market today, Anthony. Congratulations. And be careful. Congress could come after you, or the FCC. They could be wondering, did you manipulate the market today to take to advantage of your shareholders? And I think you did. Something tells me we're going to see a Form F whatever from him buying today at $20.66 in the after hours. How do you like that? Anthony decided, I want some cheap. I'm going to put out a freaking shareholder. I'm going to make this I'm going to buy this thing at $20.66. The next day, I'm going to announce that I got the Bitcoin company I'm buying that's worth 3 times what I paid for it. And then it's going to go to $28. He's a genius, folks. He's got that military mind. Anthony NOTO, he's got that military mind. He might do it. He might boom. He might put boom and put him back in. Boom, and that way. Anthony unloading the double barrel on the shorts. They don't know what the hell. They just, holy shit, you bought how many companies? Hey, you never know what's going to happen with this thing. Wood Knuckles, I heard you cleaned up on this. I did clean up on it. When he ran it down, I bought it at 2060, and I sold it this morning at $25 a share. I sold it at 25.04, 25.05, 25.06, and here I got to buy it at $20.60 in after hours. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. Thank you, Father Anthony. Yeah, baby, weathering the storm at the lighthouse. That's right. All right, everybody, let me get out of here. I'm going to get some sleep. Y'all have a great night. Wake up in the morning. Maybe the price is $22. You just don't know with this thing, folks. Let's keep our fingers crossed, all right? Thank you for being here with me tonight. I appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for the thumbs up. Papa NOTO. Yeah, Papa NOTO. Let's wait in the morning, man, deep. I bought a bunch of it already at $20.60 in the after hours about an hour and a half ago. I bought it at 2060, 2066, 2067, 2070, 2071. They may take it back down to that in the morning, so I would not be buying right now. They might try to drive it back down to 2055, 2049 tomorrow, 2033, 2013. Who knows? Who knows how the market's going to react to this news? So I wouldn't do anything. Sit on your powder, keep it dry. We'll see where we are in the morning, all right? I'm going to get up I'll be up very early. Keep your powder dry. Don't buy tonight like I did. Well, I wouldn't say don't buy tonight now. You should have bought tonight when I put the notice up for all the members of the tank. I sent them notice out and I said, hey, SoFi's down 6.66%, 666. And I put in the notification, I would buy it here if I were you. That's what I said to everyone. Go in and you look at the notifications that are on you'll see that I sent you a notice. I sent all tank members a notice about the price dropping, where it was, why I thought you should buy it. And then I sent a notice after that of why it was dropping, about the public share offering. And then I sent more details about how that works, how the S3 form works. I sent all that up in notifications tonight. And I notified everyone at 7 o'clock. I started letting everyone know at 7:30. And I said, I think you should buy it. But let's just watch for tomorrow, see what it does in the morning, all right? No more buying now. Don't buy now. I would just wait. Let's see what this does in the morning. If it continues to rise and goes right on up and it's really not that big a deal, fine. Then we get a pullback of 13 cents and 8 cents and a pullback of 10 every once in a while, fine. But I wouldn't do anything until tomorrow morning, 9:45. I expected it to be at the bottom at 9:45, then make a recovery to 10:30, 11, then pull back down at lunchtime for a double bottom, the same as in the morning. And then we'll see what it does the rest of the afternoon. All right, that's what I think is going to happen. We'll see. Yep. Need to figure out how to buy after hours. You'll go over here and you'll hit the buy symbol, and then it says over here on the right side, auto send on a little small box. I want you to uncheck the auto send, and then when you place the order, it'll give you an order tab and say edit. Change the edit and go over here and change that from day to good till canceled plus extended. Yep. And then you will change the limit. It has to be not a market order, but a limit order and the price you want. That's how you do it. Good till canceled plus extended. All right. Here, let me show you right here. Hold on. All right, so let's say I'm going to buy 20 shares right now, 20 shares. See how up here I have the auto send button? I uncheck that. I don't want that checked. If I have that checked, it will send it in without giving you the chance to edit the order. So uncheck auto send. Then put in your buy order right here at $20.88. put it in buy. And then right here, it says right here, edit. You can send it in like this, or over here, it says edit. Edit the order and come over here and change this to a day order to good till cancel plus extended. All right, good till canceled plus extended right there. And then your limit order should be the price you want to pay. Right there's where you change the price that you want to pay right there. You just put in the limit price you want to buy at, $20.88, limit, good till cancel plus extended. And then hit confirm and send, bam, and then you got your order placed. All right? So that's how you do that. All right, so I just canceled that good till cancel order. I'll fool around with my account, see if I can't trade after hours. I'm not on Thinkorswim. Oh, okay. Well, you should see the same thing available on yours. You should see the same thing available. Something very similar like that you should see on yours. And by the way, folks, today you all saw me sell when I was up about 3,600 on this stock. I sold this morning when I was up 3,600. And then I started buying back. And at the end of the day, I ended up down $94 on where I bought back. So that's not bad. I sold all my shares when I was up 3,600. And then I started buying back. And now at the end of the day, after the rundown and after hours, I only lost $94.18. So it's not that big of a hit, folks. It ain't bad at all. It's not as bad as it could have been if I didn't sell at $25 and buy back at $20.60, folks. All right. Well, that's it for the day. Oh, 2108 now. Nice. Very nice. All right. Well, I can take that. I can take it. I can take it, folks. Time now is 9:39. I'm going to say goodnight to you all. Thanks for being with me. It's been a fun day. I told you it was going to be a wild and crazy ride. A wild and crazy ride, man. I showed you that bull ride today. That's what it is, folks. It's a freaking wild and crazy ride. It's a wild and crazy ride, folks. Don't get on this bull if you're not ready for it, folks. It's one wild ride, everyone. And don't get on if you can't handle the heat. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here with me tonight while I voiced my opinion on what just happened. And now we're all in the know. We're not naive and dumb. You guys have a great night, everyone. See you tomorrow. Hope that you're all surrounded with love. Catfish Tyler, 8:48 a.m. Eastern. Same cat time, same cat station. Bye-bye, everybody. Good night, Gwinnett. We'll see you. Bye-bye, everyone. Love you.